What is up, guys? Good morning. Today is a day that we are just going to be getting stuff done, and as you guys see, we're in the Raptor headed off to the Ford dealership. And before any of you guys say anything like, see, I told you shouldn't have bought a Ford, it's gonna break down, you're gonna spend a bunch of money in the dealership, no. The reason why I'm taking it to Ford is to have it a once over, and also one of the followers in the comments had left something about the cam phasers, and so I looked into it further, and I guess that there is a technical service bulletin on it for them to be replaced, and so that's what I'm having done. Everything else on the truck checks out as far as I know. I kind of went over it, and so I don't think there's going to be many problems with this truck at all. I know, knock on wood, but I don't think there's going to be. This truck runs flawlessly. There's no leaks, there's no issues. So I want to make sure that it stays A1. And so we're going to head off to the Ford dealership and we're going to have them take care of that TSB. They don't know that I know about it. I just said that there is a rattle on startup, but after looking it up and reading about it, that's exactly what it is. So yeah, let's head over there. Here, Fairfield Ford dealership. Not quite sure where to go because I work at a dealership, or have worked at dealerships, but I'm not used to bringing my car to them because I do all my own stuff. So I'm gonna figure out, oh, there's a service over there. Part sales service. Go in here, talk to this lady, get the truck situated, and wait for the girl to pick me up. All right, go in and talk to this lady. All right, so we're leaving her there. Come out here and find Ashley somewhere. There you go. Just peeking over here. Have some recalls we're gonna be taking care of too. All right, so we are back home. Just dropped the truck off. We grabbed a coffee because duh. And so now I'm trying to figure out what's going to be happening for today. I do have that white car I need to be working on. I need to do the rear diff bushings, and it's also a clutch job. So I'm thinking about pulling this out, since we know that ain't moving. And then maybe even starting to do at least the diff right now. And then yeah, I guess we'll kind of see where today goes. I don't have like a full-on plan. I am going to lunch with some friends, the neighbors right across the way there today, and so it'll kind of divide up today, but I still need to work. I still need to get some stuff done, and so yeah, I think we're gonna move this out of the way. Also, I don't know when my planted seat brackets are coming. I gotta check the tracking on that. Hopefully it's today, because if that's the case, then we can pull the seats out and at least get the energy seats in, but no promises, so hopefully they come. But yeah, let's open this up, move some cars around, and yeah, we'll go from there. And at some point, I do need to do the oil change on this. I have like a filter, oil for it. I just haven't had time, but we'll do that a little bit later. Let's work on the homie's car first. Homie's car all pulled in. I like to give people like kind of a walk around of everybody else's different build, kind of see what's going on with this one. This one's got some pretty cool stuff. Kinetics intake manifold. It's got the cold air intake in the front. Pretty cool lights. I respect it. It's got the detachable steering wheel. Here it is from the rear. Exhaust is a little wonky, but that's all right. But we're gonna put some bushings in it, change the clutch, different tail lights. So yeah, just a little walk around. See a different build other than the ones that are usually here. It's not a G35, that's for sure. This is the stuff we're gonna be doing to the car. Got some Z1 rear mount for the differential. This is for in the differential, and this one is the center one. And then a clutch, flywheel, also Z1. So those are the two things we're gonna be doing to this. I got it jacked up. I did close the garage down. Like I said, I'm gonna head out to lunch. All right, what's up guys? And so it's day 2 after lunch yesterday. I started running errands and yeah, I got sidetracked and wasn't able to get back on this. So sometimes it be like that, but we are on day 2. It's time to get this differential out of here. I just started pulling the bolts off of each side. Differential is really easy. You can see the axles are hanging, and then I just have to take those 2 big bolts out of the rear, the 17 right here, and this should drop out. So once we get it out of the car, it's gonna be pretty easy to change the ones that actually go in the differential. These 2 right here. This one, if you guys have ever changed the center one, it's kind of a pain in the ass, but it won't be too bad. We have a Sawzall. One thing that I like to do inside the frame after we get it out of the way, and I'll show you guys as I do it, but I'll make notches. Like I'll use a Sawzall blade and I'll cut the metal ring that's in the subframe and then kind of push it out with like either an air hammer or a chisel. But it's, like I said, it's kind of a pain in the ass, but once we get to that point, I'll show you exactly what I'm doing. So let's get this differential out of here. Diff all out. You can see before we start doing anything, you can kind of see how these bushings are pushed in. You can see that under here there's no lip, and up here there is a lip. Same here, there's a lip on here, and there's no lip on here. So the easiest way to get these out is we will flip it over and we will push from the other side and push them out this way, and that'll make it really easy for us to get these out. I might have to drill depending on how long they've been in here, but I found like there's a socket that is like a 30. If I put on here and I beat it with a sledgehammer, it'll actually push these out. So I'm gonna try and set this up. I'm gonna probably go over there and set it up with a piece of wood and see if we can get these out pretty easily. I might have to use a blowtorch, but that'll just be to loosen up the sleeve in here. So let's do these first, and then we'll do the big center one. All right, so I put like a lubricant in here, WD-40. Now I'm gonna heat up the outside. Gas is running out. You know what, since it went out, so here's the socket I was talking about. Hopefully just hit it and have it come out. Just like that. One done. All right, we're gonna do this side now. So you can see on the top here that there's rubber, and this doesn't quite fit on the metal. So you need a bigger than 32, probably a 36 or a 38, something along those lines. Or if you have just like a metal coupling that you can put to sit on the outside metal ring. But we're gonna try it with this socket. It usually works. If I heat it up enough, hopefully it'll pop out just like that other one did. See if we can't get a good hit on this one too. All right, you can see it's actually starting to separate the rubber on the inside, so I might have to finesse this one a little bit more, but it'll come out no problem also. All right, bushings out. I grabbed some sandpaper. Doesn't really matter the grit, but you can see on the inside it's kind of rusted. I want to clean that up so that way these slide in nice and smooth. You can see that there's a bigger end as opposed to smaller end. Because we had to turn it upside down and knock the bigger end out, the bigger end will actually go on top, and then the smaller end will go underneath. Another way to know too is it has these washers, and these washers will be on the bottom side because when you put the bolt through, it has a big washer that it'll sit against. and so that'll make it stronger for it to be able to push up and hold it in place. So I'm gonna clean these holes up, kind of sand it down, and then I'll probably clean down the front of the diff, make sure it's topped off with fluid, and then we're gonna get ready to do the center one in the subframe. All right, so with the diff right side up, you can see I cleaned it all real nice on the inside here, and then I put the smaller one on the bottom. It has the relief, you guys can see right here in it. I push these up first, and then it has the pins that will go through the middle, and we'll put these on as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this Toyota rubber grease. Any type of grease is fine, just to grease this so it goes through the center of it and doesn't try to separate them when you're putting them together. But I'm gonna put these in first. Maybe use a rubber mallet to make sure that they smack down. Oh, actually they went together pretty nice. There you go. So it looks like that. And then I'm gonna use the rubber grease, and I'll go from the bottom so I can hold up on this, and if I need to like tap, I can push it all the way through. And then last thing we'll do before we put them in, because these don't stay, they kind of just sit in there, we'll put those on, and then the bolt will go through to hold it all together. All right, so if you did everything right, everything's together, you can see these are at the top here, these are pushed in, come around here, cleaned off the front cover, made sure everything goes back together nice. All I have to do is make sure that the top of the fluid is at the top of the fill. And so now I'm starting to get out the lower, or the single one back here. What I did first was drilled holes all through it the best that I could. And now I'm gonna try and take the center out, and that'll allow us to get that girl in here and kind of saw. You can see there's like a metal brace in here that I'm going to cut in half here and cut in half in here, and then I'm going to use like a punch or something and try and cave these in to push it out, and then we'll be able to put the new one in. All right, with the center out, you can see it's going to be much easier to put the Sawzall blade in there, and then to just cut this like little race in half on both sides and then pinch it together. Probably use a punch, like I said, or a flathead screwdriver to kind of bend it in and then knock it out, and it should be out. Of course, you could always fight it, like I have been, trying to peel the center part out, and it still be rusted and stuck in there. It's being a real pain in the ass, and so a bunch of time has gone by, and I'm still trying to get this piece of shit out of here. So once I do, I can't make enough relief cuts because the other parts are just stuck in there, and it's hard to fit a Sawzall in. But yeah, I'm gonna keep plugging away at it and hopefully not kill myself doing it. Finally, I finally cut through it, broke it, and you can see then it was able to fold in on itself and push out. So now is the time that I will be able to push this in. I've been kind of like sanding, cleaning it up in here. There's little nicks, but it's not a big deal because it is polyurethane. It's gonna press in there pretty tight, and then the diff will sit in there and it won't be able to move. So no big deal if there's little nicks or dings or even little cut marks if you use the Sawzall to get it out. Just make sure you didn't, like, you know, cut the hell out of it. But I sanded it down so it's smooth, and yeah, let's get the new one in here. All right, new one in there, looking good. You can see from the back. So let's throw the diff in here, see how this thing feels. All right, there she is in there, looking all clean, bolted up. Everything looks nice. I'm gonna put the axles back in, but since I am doing a clutch on this, I'm not gonna put the drive shaft back in. So we're gonna get the back end back together, and then tomorrow will be the clutch. I don't know if I'm going to vlog the clutch job. You guys have probably seen me do it about 100 times. And so it's something that I just need to knock out. He needs it done before the 7th because he has a tune appointment. So yeah, that'll be tomorrow's thing. And yeah, so let me get this back together so I can show you at least the final product, and we're gonna wrap this thing up. So you start putting everything together, and then you got assholes like this trying to tell you to stay away. I noticed there was all these different cobwebs down here, stringy ones, and I knew they were in here, but look at that big bastard. Who knows where the other ones are at? Nope, I'm not gonna be dealing with that. So he just crawled up in there. I don't know where he went. All I have to do really is tighten the bolts on the axles now, and I'm not gonna do it because I'm gonna find him and I gotta kill him, and because I still have to do the clutch, I think I'm gonna let it be, and that'll be a wrap for today. So yeah, today was just like a hey, get down and grind and, you know, help a homie out and finish a project. So kind of back to roots. I'm pretty excited about it, to be honest. And yeah, so we're making some progress, and I think tomorrow, like I said, I'm gonna knock the clutch out so that way we have new fresh content starting on Monday when I make the next video. And yeah, so I will see you guys in a couple days. I hope you guys have been well. I hope your families have been well, and yeah, see you in the next video. Peace.